What's going on, everybody? It's your boy MJ Media, and if you know anything about me, you know that I love to travel. Like, I'm trying to be outside, you know, like in the community, you feel me? But I also don't want to feel like I have to bring my entire studio with me when I go. So I've been working on ways in order to make my bag as minimal as possible with a few caveats, but still getting everything that I need. So I guess you could call this video What's in My Camera Bag Travel Edition. But before I start, if you're new here, I make video content about my cameras and what I shoot with them. So if you vibing with that, go ahead and hit that like button, smash the subscribe button one time for the one time, and like your pastor says,
turn to your neighbors and give them a high five.
So we're about to go on a cruise, and I love cruises, but it's important to note that because there's a few pieces of gear that I would never take on a cruise ship that I would definitely take anywhere else I travel. And we're gonna get into that in a little bit. All right, but first off, for my bag, I have the WANDRD HEXAD 45-liter dual access bag. That's a mouthful.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
But I've been with WANDRD for pretty much my entire video career, and I've loved it, right? And I love this bag specifically because it has two side access slots. That way I can quickly unzip, access whatever's in that slot, and then put it back when I'm finished. And a lot of people don't like it, but it works well for my workflow. And plus it comes with two camera cubes, so I never run out of space. I could put just about anything in this camera bag. It also has a bunch of hidden access slots and pockets and zippers and things like that. Like, trust me, you will never run out of space in this bag. You'll be surprised at how much it can hold, and it's waterproof. All right, so for cameras, my main camera is still the Sony a7 IV. This is, in my opinion, outside of the A1, this is the best hybrid camera that Sony has. It takes good photo and really good video, and it just does everything pretty much perfectly. On this camera, I have a camera cage by Small Rig because, you know, I'm a little clumsy. I haven't dropped the camera yet, but you know, knock on wood, you feel me? But I love this camera cage because it fits snugly onto the a7 IV, and you know, it gives me a few other mounting points, as well as the fact that it has its very own Allen wrench that comes with it that magnetically connects to the bottom of the camera cage. So I don't even need to bring any other tools or anything in order to use it. Now, the second camera that I bring with me, which pretty much handles all of my POV shots, my short form video content, my vlogging style video, is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And this is definitely still worth it in 2025. I mean, especially when you consider the fact that before now, I used to legit bring my DJI RS2 or RS4 with me and, like, with the camera on it, vlog that way, which is insane when all you really need is this. You just put this in a bag, put this in your pocket. You're pretty much ready to go whenever you want to. You just pull it out, get some quick video, and then put it back up. There's no hassle. Nobody's looking at you weird. It's inconspicuous. You feel me? Like, this is like awesome. I've gotten some great shots with this. I have a magnetic mount on the back. I can mount this onto a car for some car rolling shots, or just mount it onto whatever's metal and get some, like, you know, great talking head shots that way. Now, anytime I'm shooting video, I love to have a monitor with me because I love using false colors, right? And I usually bring my Viltrox monitor. However, the point of this video is to go as minimal as possible, so can't use that. But it doesn't matter because Sony's new and improved monitor and control app just connects right to my phone, and that way I can use my phone as a monitor, which I already have with me anyway, and it saves space in my bag. And especially when it's paired with this FallCam phone mount that connects to my phone via MagSafe, I just magnetically connect it, and I basically have a whole mini rig ready to go. And now we get on to the lenses. If I'm trying to travel as minimal as possible, I have two lenses that I absolutely take with me. The first lens is my Sony 16-35 G Master Mark II f2.8 lens. I love this lens. This pretty much is my walk around lens. It stays on my camera for at least half the time. All right, I get everything from a super wide angle at a 16 all the way to a more intimate shot at a 35, all at a constant 2.8 aperture. It doesn't zoom. The zoom barrel doesn't come out very far, so it doesn't even change the weight if you wanted to use this on the gimbal. And let's be honest, if you wanted to vlog, 20 millimeters is probably the most perfect focal length for vlogging, which this has in there too. So I gotta bring this along with me. The second lens is the Tamron 28-75 f2.8 G2 version 3 zoom lens. I love this lens. I keep this lens on my camera, especially when I'm doing photos or if I need some detail shots, because I'm a detail shooter, right? This has a very, very close minimum focal distance. I love the focal length between 28 and 75. I can pretty much do anything I want. I can have wide shots with the 28, but I can also get that super close up shot with the 75. A lot of people like the 24-70 more, but that extra 5mm focal length on the long end, I just need it, because especially if I'm trying to get a little bit closer or I need a little bit more compression, that helps out a lot more. So this also goes in the bag. Gotta bring it, gotta have it. Now, with me trying to be as minimal as possible, I had to make the toughest decision ever, and that was to leave my 24mm G Master f1.4. This, if you don't know, this is my favorite lens of all time. Like 24mm is my favorite focal length ever, especially with an f1.4. You get some phenomenal shots. So I really hated the fact that I had to make the decision to leave it behind. So I didn't. I took the easy way out and I put it in the bag anyway. What do you want from me? Now, if I'm going to do videos and when I'm traveling and things like that and vlog and stuff like that, I'm going to need a mic, right? So the microphones that I bring are, number one, I bring the DJI Mic 2. I love this microphone because it has 32-bit float. And if you don't know what 32-bit float is, it's basically, think of it like a safety net for your audio. You can't always monitor your audio. So if you talk too loud at one point or you get too excited and it like spikes up there and starts clipping, if you have 32-bit float, you could easily bring that down without losing any audio quality. That alone makes this a worthwhile pickup, and the fact that it wirelessly and automatically connects to my DJI camera is second to none. Like, who else does that? So I got the white version of this mic because everything else I have is black and I didn't want it to get lost in the sea of other equipment that I have. I definitely wanted to be able to find it, but I also put it in this little microphone handle sleeve that I got from Etsy. But now, come to think of it, this kind of defeats the purpose of me getting the white version of it, because I put it in a black handle and shut up, moving on. Now, when I'm filming, I like to be in the zone. I like to drown out all the distractions and, you know, just be locked in, you know? So I gotta have some headphones, and the ones that I have that I use right now are the ON. I think that's how you pronounce the company, ON, O-N-N. And I honestly got these from Walmart. You feel me? Like, they're not the flashiest, they're not the most expensive, they're not from Apple, you know what I'm saying? But like, they work really well for me. And the reason I love these more than like the earbuds and things like that is because they don't actually go inside my ear. I don't know about you, but for me, like, it's a little weird feeling. Like, if you have them in there long enough, they start to feel like weird. Like, it's almost like my ears being scratched from the inside. I don't like it. Especially when you pull out your earbud. Like, has anybody ever seen somebody pull out their earbud and looked at the earbud? It's all brown now because of all the wet. I don't like that, right? And don't try to give me your earbud to hear your music. I don't want it. No, not today, Satan. I like these earbuds because they don't go in your ear. They sit on top of the ear and they play music that way, and I love it. Like, I've had no issues with it, and I highly recommend you check them out. So let's talk about some filters. Since I have the Osmo Pocket 3, I knew I had to get some filters for it, and the first filter I got was the K&F Concept Variable ND filter. And honestly, it just is sunglasses for your camera. It basically allows you to control how much light is hitting your lens. That way you don't have to mess with the ISO as much or mess with the shutter speed as much, and you can still get some really great exposure. And that's definitely important, because if you're using this camera to vlog, you're probably going to be outside, and that's where the sun is, right? That's where it lives. That's where it hangs out. The sun produces light. Light produces brightness. You don't want super brightness in your shot, get a variable ND filter. Trust me. For my actual camera, I have two filters that I use. I have the Freewell K2 magnetic variable ND filters. Now, these are bigger than I thought they would be, but they work really well, right? It pretty much is what I'm using right now in order to expose myself as well as the background. So the second filter I bring is a macro FX filter from Prism Lens FX. Now this company is dope. They may not be as big as Polar Pro or K&F, but trust me, I bought filters from these guys before and they got some quality stuff. So I basically use this filter as a magnifying glass for my lens, right? So if you want that macro look without having to buy a macro lens, if you want some super cool close-up shots, some super cool detail shots, and you want something with some character, I definitely highly recommend checking these guys out. And for you guys at Prism Lens FX, appreciate you guys for sending me this. Thank you so much. This is so dope. Now, for that caveat that I was telling you guys about, that is my lighting. Sometimes I'll use a window and things like that, but being on a boat, I really don't know what to expect. I don't trust it. So I actually bring my own light, and that is my Ulanzi 120 watt bicolor light. And this may seem like overkill because it is, but the reason that I bring this light is because it is super bright, 120 watts, you know what it is. Weighs less than some of my lenses, honestly. And it fits into my bag, and you don't even need a cable in order to operate it. It can operate on a V-Lock battery, right? Which is exactly what I do to make it wireless, so I can bring it anywhere I want to and always have a good source of light. Speaking of V-Lock batteries, the V-Lock battery that I use is a battery from Newer. I've never known how to say that name. If you know how to pronounce the name, please let me know in the comment section below, because I always said Newer or Newer. I don't actually know how to pronounce it. But I love these V-Lock batteries. I have 2 of them that I'm bringing. They basically not only charge the light, but if I need anything else charged, they can pretty much supercharge it. My phone, my laptop, my light, my camera, my mics, right? They can charge anything that I plug them into. They got a bunch of different ports, USB-C. They plug directly into the light from these ports at the bottom, and these things worked flawlessly for me. Speaking of Newer, speaking of them people, I also use their battery chargers for my cameras. Like they have a dual camera battery charger that I bring with me as well. Like I'm not going super expensive on these things. Like as long as they work, you know, they work. And of course I gotta bring my memory cards. I have this little cheap plastic case that I put my memory cards in. I have a ton of SanDisk memory cards. However, for me personally, I've actually started liking the Samsung memory cards a lot more. I usually get 128 or 256 gigabytes, and these little things, especially the micros, like I love the micros. Like I can put them in just about everything that I have and they work flawlessly. Like they are fast, they are reliable. They've never broken on me. They've never had an error message on me. Like I've never had any issues with this. For my tripod, I have this travel tripod by Ulanzi, carbon fiber, shrinks super small. I can just strap it onto the side of my bag and nobody even notices. It has a built-in fluid head, and it also has a built-in like balance measurer. It has a 1-button quick release, so I use it with this small rig quick release plate for my camera. So basically I can put the camera into the small rig, put the small rig into the Ulanzi tripod, and then I can either take out just the camera or I could take out the entire rig, because that mounting plate holds a V-Lock battery as well. So I got rigs upon rigs upon rigs with just these minimal pieces of equipment. And for my essentials and accessories, I have a camera strap by Peak Design. You always need a camera strap if you got to climb something or do something with your hands. Like, you know, just let the camera, you know, hang there. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be all right. It'll be safe. It's quick release. It's not going anywhere. It's sturdy. It's strong. You'll be all right. I have a little pouch that I have all of my cables in, keeps everything organized, neat and tidy. And I have this little pouch that keeps all my cleaning utensils in it. So I have a microfiber rag, I have my cleaning spray, you know, those kinds of things. Lastly, always make sure you got a multi-tool, man. In case anything goes wrong, bolts start loosening and like threatening to fall off or something like that, you could easily use this multi-tool, like tighten things up. Even if it's not camera related, it has screwdrivers, you know, things like that. So definitely always get a multi-tool. I have this one from Small Rig, and man, this thing has come in clutch so many times. And the one thing that I would never bring on a cruise that I would bring on any other trip is a drone. Don't bring a drone to a cruise. They told me the reason they don't like drones is because you could be looking for access points that you shouldn't know about, that there's secret access points on the boat that you shouldn't know about, and you can use the drone in order to find those things. And I looked at them and I was like, you know what? I wasn't thinking that at all, but now. So just to save yourself some hassle and some trouble and headache, don't bring a drone on a cruise, right? You ain't really gonna be able to use it anyway. You'll be all right. But there you guys have it. Let me know how you feel about this travel list in the comment section below. And don't worry, I'll leave a link to everything that I'm talking about in the description below this video, right? So that way you guys can go check it out for yourselves. All right, so that's everything that I'm taking with me on this trip. Let me know if I forgot something. Let me know if there's something I definitely need to take out. But if you talk about that 24mm lens, we ain't talking. You feel me? We ain't talking. All right, but I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.